What up, YouTube? Knowledge and self-determination. So, I wanted to update you guys real quick. I just did a video and anyway, I wanted to update you guys on this real quick. The woman. Now, remember, I did a video. For those of you who haven't watched the video, go fucking watch the video. It's called "A Lot of White Cops Are Pussy." And in that video, I talk about Charlenna Lyles, a young woman in Seattle who was murdered by 2 fucking white supremacist cops. If you don't think it was murder, and you do not think that it was excessive force for what they did to this woman, if you do not think they were white supremacists, listen to this. Watching the Corey Holcomb show, they have a brother who is a guest host on the show, right? Who was actually working with the Lyles family on the situation, protesting the situation with these cops. Just a quick reminder, because I never gave you the dimensions of the woman's physical. I just said she was petite. This woman was 5'3", 100 pounds. 5'3", 100 pounds. 5'3" and 100 pounds. They shot this woman 7 times. Initially, I had said that they shot her twice because that's what I had heard. But the coroner's report was released. They shot this woman 7 times and twice in the back. I'm going to repeat this. This woman was 5'3" inches tall. 5'3" inches tall and less than 100 pounds. Yo, if a strong gust of wind blew, that shit would pick her ass up and carry her down the street. That's how fucking small she was. She was pregnant. And they killed her in front of her 4 children in her home. She called the cops. This is another incident where black people call the cops and the fucking situation turns around negatively on them. Remember Jacqueline Craig called the cops because a white man choked her son and she and her daughters ended up being arrested? And to this day, that white man who choked her son, there still are no charges pressed against him. So I just want you guys to understand what the fuck we're dealing with. I just want you to understand what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with white supremacy, racism on full motherfucking blast. They're trying to take our country back to the Jim Crow era, because that's what fucking Donald Trump meant when he said, let's make America great again. Because that is the period of time that white people in this country believe America was at its greatest. Was after World War II, when they actually became an actual superpower in the fucking world, during the Jim Crow era, when they had full run of the fucking country and they can do, say, and think whatever the fuck they want with impunity without any penalty of the fucking law. Basically, they could put their foot in black people's asses or any non-white person, and no government, well, no person that works in government in America, because they were all white, would say a fucking thing. And even if they weren't right or white, they would get overruled by a majority decision or majority vote. And now him and his racist ass, I wish I was a Ku Klux Klan member, but they smoke weed as Jeff Sessions, fucking attorney general. That's exactly what they're doing. They're taking us back to Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? They're reviving Jim Crow, and they're reviving the fucking Casual Killing Act. These race soldiers murdered this woman. Between the 2 of them, they shot her 7 times and 2 times in the back. What kind of pussy does it take to shoot a pregnant 5'3", 100-pound woman in the back in front of her kids? What kind of pussy does it take to do that, man? And I'm going to say this is a message to all you fucking tough-ass thugs out there. How the fuck you let this happen to one of your own people? All these fucking thugs and gangsters out here who are clamoring to kill other black people. You know how I know you're not a thug? Because you don't have that same attitude towards fucking white supremacists. That's how I know you're not a real thug. Because these motherfuckers come in your neighborhood and kill you. You won't go in their neighborhoods and hunt them down for killing you. That's how I know you're not a real fucking thug. You're not a real G. You're not on your shit. Because you're not a G. You're not a gangster. You're not a thug because you murder and kill your own people. That's not what makes you a gangster. That's not what makes you a G. That's not what makes you hard. Martin Luther King was a G. Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Huey Newton, Bobby Hutton. The list goes on and on and on. And on and on and on. You know why they were real G's? Because the only way the fucking government could stop them was to kill them. And their mission wasn't supposed to stop after they died. Their mission wasn't supposed to stop after they died. And if you think that this shit is justified, what the cops are doing, like that brother who who made this motherfucker, who, I don't know which social media outlet that he posted this video on, but that cool-ass brother talking about, yeah, and, I've had a weapon on me when I've been pulled over by the cops, too. And, yeah, you just don't understand that they're trying to make it home because black people aren't trying to make it home at the end of the day. Man, anybody out there know this dude? Man, punch his ass in the fucking throat. Punch him in the throat and stomp his ass out. Fuck that punk motherfucker. I don't know who this dude is. I really don't. I don't know who he is. But if I see him, I'ma slap the fire out of his ass. I can do a night in jail for a fucking assault. I don't give a fuck about that. I'll do a night in jail for that. Pay a fine to do some community service. Fuck it. But that's me. I'm not telling you to do it. If you got the nuts to be out there like that, then do that. But I'm telling you what the fuck I would do if I saw this faggot. I stepped to his ass because he a pussy. But anyway, man, this shit, I'm angry about this, man. And you should be too. Black people, put down your fucking Bibles, get off your knees, and stop begging for fucking, stop praying for forgiveness. Stop doing that shit. Stop waiting for some white man to surfboard on a fucking cloud to come save you. The only people that's gonna save us is us. It's us. We're at war with these motherfuckers. And you motherfuckers keep taking the pussy role. Christianity is not for black men because it wants you to be weak and turn the other cheek so the people who continue to oppress you can further oppress you and your children. Stop with that weak ass mentality of turning the other cheek. That's why they keep putting their foot in our ass. They drilled their religion in our heads to soften our asses up. And we've allowed them to do that. Get that shit out of your head. Nobody is going to save you but you. They murdered this woman in cold blood. These fucking race soldiers murdered her in cold blood. They shot her 7 times. 5'3", 100 pounds. Charlenna Lyles. They shot her in cold fucking blood. Cold blood. They shot her. And I gotta keep saying that shit. Because there should be more outrage about this shit. And has this shit made national news at all? Fuck no. They shot her in cold blood. 7 times. 2 times in the back. One of the officers was over 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. What more do I need to say? What more do I need to say? Miss me with all the thug shit and all the tough guy talk, because that shit don't mean nothing if you're not going to fight the motherfuckers who hate you. If you're not going to fight the motherfuckers who are literally killing you off the planet one by one. If you're not going to fight these motherfuckers, what the fuck I care how tough you are? What the fuck I care you'll do to a black person? When a fucking white cop come around, you tuck your tail between your legs and you run like bitches. I've seen this shit. I've seen it with my own eyes. The toughest motherfuckers in the world, they button their motherfucking lips up like pussies when a motherfucking white man walk around. I've seen this shit. I've seen it. I've gotten in too many altercations with the cops for anybody to ever call me a motherfucking pussy. Ever in my fucking life. Ever. Ever. If my life was a deck of cards, there'd be no bitches in my deck. There'd be no queens in my deck at all. If my life was a deck of cards. Maybe for some of you other sucker ass dudes out there, but not me. I'm getting sick of this shit, man. I'm getting sick of this shit. And you motherfuckers should be sick of this too. They are killing us wholesale. Because they have reinstated the casual killing act. It's been reinstated. They're trying to take us back to the Jim Crow era. Because that's when America was great for white people. And Donald Trump has been telling you motherfuckers that. And clowns like fucking Ray Lewis and motherfucking Jim Brown, who I never thought I'd ever see do some shit like that. And them other 2 fake ass motherfucking pimp in the pulpit motherfuckers went up to fucking see this bitch, Donald Trump. Man, I'm done with this video, man. I'm done with this video. But I'm going to reiterate this. One of the officers, over 6 feet tall, over 200 pounds, they shot this woman 7 times, twice in the back, pregnant, a 5'3", 100 pound pregnant mother of 4. They killed her in cold blood. And then when it was all said and done, shot her 2 more times in the back in front of her fucking kids. If you're not outraged by that shit, fuck you.